My name is Margaret. I am 60 years old. I am an old woman now, and I live alone in a small, quiet house in Brighton, England. Many years ago, my husband left me. He walked away and never came back. I do not even know where he lives now. I only had one child, my son, Daniel. At that time, Daniel was so small. He was just a little boy when his father left us. I don't think he remembers his father's face. He never asks about him. Whenever I try to talk about his father, Daniel changes the subject. Life was never easy for me. After my husband left, I had nothing. No money, no home of my own, no proper job. I had a young son in my arms and I had to survive. I worked very hard. In the morning, I cleaned houses for rich people. In the evening, I worked in a bakery to earn some more money. My hands were always tired. My body was always weak, but I never complained. I only wanted my child to have a good life. I sacrificed my own dreams. I gave up new clothes, good food, and even my health. Everything I earned, I used for Daniel. I paid the rent, bought school books, paid the bills, and cooked food for him. Being a single mother was not just difficult, it was like carrying the weight of the whole world on my shoulders. But I carried it with love. Daniel grew up. He became a fine young man. When I looked at him, I felt proud. I always believed he would stay by my side, that no matter how old he became, he would always remember my love. But life changed when Daniel turned 25 years old. One day, he told me about a woman named Sophia. His eyes sparkled when he spoke her name. He said she was kind, beautiful, and full of life. I was happy because he was happy. The next Sunday, he brought Sophia to my house for dinner. At first, she seemed polite. She complimented my cooking. She smiled and said my little house looked warm and pretty. But when I looked into her eyes, something felt wrong. I did not see kindness or honesty in those eyes. I felt fear in my heart, but I said nothing. I wanted my son to smile, so I smiled back. Slowly, Sophia began to change Daniel. She was clever. She never insulted me directly. Instead, she made small comments. She told Daniel his clothes looked cheap. She told him to try fancy restaurants instead of eating at my table every Sunday. She spoke about her rich friends and expensive lifestyle. Daniel began to change. His voice changed. His habits changed. He stopped meeting his old friends. He started to dress like her friends, speak like them, and act like them. The boy I raised with love was disappearing. He was not my Daniel anymore. Our Sunday dinners ended. At first, he said he was busy with work. Then he said he was tired. And then, he just stopped coming. His phone calls became short. "I have to go, Mother," he said again and again. My heart broke each time. Finally, I called him and said, "Daniel, my son, you seem different. I am worried." When I tried to speak about Sophia, he became angry. "You are jealous, Mother," he shouted. "You don't want me to be happy." Those words cut me deeper than any wound. I was not jealous. I was his mother. I only wanted to protect him, but he could not see that. He chose her, not me. Weeks passed, then months. My house felt like a grave, silent, empty, cold. One evening, I could not bear the loneliness anymore. I decided to go to Daniel's apartment. My hands trembled as I pressed the elevator button. I reached the fourth floor and stood before door number 22. My heart beat like a drum. I knocked. The door opened. It was not Daniel. It was Sophia. Her eyes were cold, her voice sharp. "Hello, Sophia," I said softly. "Is Daniel home? Please, I need to see him." She stood tall. "Daniel is here, but he does not want to see you," she said. My heart stopped. "What do you mean?" She looked straight at me. "Margaret, you need to leave. Daniel wants freedom." "Freedom?" I whispered. "Freedom from what?" "Freedom from you," she said slowly. "You control him too much. He wants to live his own life now." Tears filled my eyes. I was not controlling. I was just a mother. I only loved him. But my son stayed behind the door. He did not come out. He did not call my name. He let Sophia speak for him. I turned away. I walked down the hallway with heavy steps. My son was gone. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. No calls, no visits, no letters. Every morning I looked at the phone, praying it would ring. Every evening I looked out the window, hoping his car would stop in front of my house. But he never came. People in the street whispered, "Maybe she was a bad mother." I wanted to scream, "No! I loved him with all my heart." But I stayed silent. Then, one morning, I opened the newspaper. My eyes froze when I saw his name. Daniel Parker. The article said Sophia was unfaithful. She had been with another man, Daniel's own best friend. I dropped the paper. My heart bled for my son. I wanted to run to him, to hold him, to protect him like I used to. But I remembered his words, his anger, his rejection. Fear stopped me. That evening there was a knock on my door. Nobody ever visited me. With a shaking hand, I opened it. It was Daniel. He looked broken. His eyes were red and swollen, his face pale. He looked like a little boy again, not the proud man who once left me. Tears streamed down his cheeks. "Mother," he cried, falling into my arms. "Mother, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." I hugged him tightly. My heart healed in that moment. I did not see the man who hurt me. I only saw my son. And he was home. Now Daniel lives with me again in our small house. I hear his voice every day. My nights are no longer filled with tears. I sleep peacefully knowing he is safe in the next room. People ask me, how can you forgive him so quickly? How can you forget the pain? They do not understand. A mother's heart is different. When I look at Daniel, all I see is the little boy I raised with love. Families hurt each other, yes, but families can heal. Love is strong, strong enough to bring back what was lost. And I will never stop loving my son. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe for more interesting stories.